Greetings, my name is M from the Peck of Peaches, and today we're playing The Test. Now, I've seen this game pop up in a few YouTube videos. I haven't watched any of them because I wanted to go into this blind. I honestly have no idea what this game is about, so I don't know. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. This whispering is a lot louder in my ear than it is for you guys. I'm going to turn it up a little bit so you can get an idea of what I am dealing with right now. And I'm just going to hope that that doesn't overpower my voice. Dang, it's loud in my ear. Okay. Let's just start a new game. Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You will be asked a series of questions, and you must answer them honestly. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you would like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. If you're going to ask me questions about myself, I'm going to have a real hard time telling you what is the correct answer. We all want to be good people. We rarely admit our faults, our grievances, or mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so you can predict your future. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. Why is there a lot of blood, the thing that says help, and some teddy bear with bloody tears? What does this say? Got some handprints, an arrow pointing to this bed which has got a bloody doll on it. I don't know. And am I a doctor? Like a plague doctor? Because that's what it looks like. As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. This isn't psychic. This isn't a personality test. This is simply nature. I'm glad it's not a personality test, because those are always wildly inaccurate for me personally. I can't imagine why. This is you. This is your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand or realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer the question the way it needs to be answered. That's interesting. Okay, I remember now why I wanted to go into this blind. Because I didn't want to go into this just thinking about the circumstances that other YouTubers had come up with. I wanted to be going into this with just purely my own ideas, uninfluenced by other people. I invite you to grab a drink of water, sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. I will be not doing that. Instead, I will be getting a drink of coffee. Never mind, I'm out of coffee. A drink of soda. Because I don't like relaxing. We are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you're a willing participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. So there's a possibility of me being an unwilling participant. You know what, the music here actually already reminds me of Off. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated fairly? Given the word fairly as I understand it to mean? Yes. Well, no. Because I would consider fairly to just be exactly what someone deserves, whether that's good or not. But I do think there are some situations where maybe someone should be treated unfairly in the sense that, maybe maybe we could extend some mercy. If mercy is not fair by definition, it is... Mercy is when kindness is unfair. You're not giving someone what they deserve, but just what you choose to give them from your kindness. So that's not fair necessarily, so I would say no. I'm gonna go with no. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated equally? See, that's another tricky question because it depends on how you define equally. If we're defining equally as just like treating everyone the same way, then no. But if you mean equally in that you're meeting each people's needs on an individual basis, then yes. Both of these are forms of equality. I'm going to use my definition of equally, meaning that you are meeting everyone's individual needs, and I will say yes. Actually, no, you know what? My gut tells me no, because I just feel like that's not the meaning that I'm automatically gleaning from this. I'm just trying to justify my way around it, and it doesn't feel right. Have you ever invented anything? No, not really. I've come up with some ideas, but in terms of like how to actually make those ideas work, no. For example, I think it would be really cool if there were a programmable braiding machine where you could tell it how to braid your hair for like the more complex types of braids, and it would just do it, and you would just feed in the hair, and it would just do it for you without you having to deal with all, like having to keep track of a bunch of strands with your fingers. But I didn't figure out how that would actually work, so that wasn't invented. Do you believe that you are worthy of someone's time investment? I try my best to believe that, so I'm going to say yes. Would you consider yourself to be open-minded? Absolutely. I always want to learn new things. Would you say that you sometimes have trust issues? What, me? Yeah. Would you be alright with living alone forever? I'm gonna say that living alone here doesn't mean that I don't have contact with anyone else, but just that I live by myself. So I can still like see other people and spend time with other people, but I live alone. So I'm gonna say yes. Do you always give someone the benefit of the doubt? Not always. Do you dislike the sound of your own voice? Yeah, my voice is frickin' annoying. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? Is black really a color? Okay, we're gonna pretend black is a color. We're gonna go with the definition of color that includes black. I mean, a quick look at my wardrobe will tell you no. If you found money on the street and you who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? Yeah, absolutely. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? I always want answers. Are you afraid of spiders? No, actually, I think spiders are alright. Most of them don't bite, and if they do, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, most of them will bite, but like, just don't bite very often, you know. A lot of spiders are not very aggressive. Like, at least the ones that live around here are fine. Like, they're these little house spiders. I don't know what they're called. I just call them house spiders because they're spiders and they live in the house. You know, like the ones that live in your shower or something? Yeah, I'll just pick them up and throw them outside. I don't care. They eat flies. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? If I 100% knew that I would be fine? Yeah, that sounds awesome. Do you consider yourself to be fat? No, I'm kind of a twink. Would you say that you have lots of charisma? Absolutely. Everyone likes me, I think. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? No. Why would I wish that? This is all very interesting. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions when put together spell the name Satan? Why on earth would I realize that? Does that make you uncomfortable? No. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? I am so smart. Are you now wondering what other hidden messages are placed within these questions? I mean, yeah, now that you bring it up. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? Entirely honest? I don't know if I'm all that charismatic. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? No. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? Yes. Yeah, I think I got the idea that would happen. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? No, I know exactly how they took a strange turn. Would you consider yourself captivated? I mean, I'm still playing this game, so yeah. Very interesting. Would you consider yourself to be brave? I am like the bravest person on the planet. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? I mean, yes, but I'm also an idiot. Well, see, that's a difficult question to answer because how do you even measure intelligence? Because I don't really believe in IQ scores being all that accurate, to be honest. I think IQ scores probably only measure certain types of intelligence and leave a lot of other things, you know, kind of by the wayside. And, well, I have a pretty high IQ score. Quite a high IQ score, actually, I think. I don't think that's necessarily an expression of my intelligence, because I'm also very confused a lot of the time. I would say no, just because I don't believe that there's any such thing as above or below average intelligence. I think intelligence is way too hard to measure for that to really be true. And I've spent most of my life thinking I'm an idiot. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? No, not really. I've just been wondering about them. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? Yeah, I'm wondering about it. I'm just not looking for them because I can't be bothered. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take or how many questions exist in this session? I have begun to wonder that, actually. I began to wonder that pretty much immediately after starting. Do you consider yourself to be a patient person? Yeah. Yeah, I used to babysit. Do most humans annoy you? Most? I don't think so. That's kind of arrogant. Do you prefer animals to people? Huh. No, not really. Not exactly. I mean, I like animals. I wouldn't say I prefer them to people. Like, there's a completely different appeal in animals versus people, so I would say no. Do you believe in magic? Well, that depends on how you define magic, so I'm gonna say yes. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? Yes. Do you fear death? No. No, I don't. I feel like I know where I'm going. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? No. Did you answer that last question with 100% honesty? I'm asexual. Are you alone? I hate that you've asked that, but yes, I am. Well, yeah. I mean, I got voices in my head, but aside from that, yes. Are you sure? Yeah? If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? With utmost certainty? I mean, just because you're certain of it doesn't mean that it's true, but... I mean, there's nowhere for anyone to be watching from, except you lovely viewers, but like at this moment while I'm recording? No. I wouldn't believe you, because there's no way that could be... Wait, something. I mean, there could be like a spiritual entity or something. Why am I just stood here like an emoji? I would not believe you. Well, if there's like a spiritual there could be a spiritual entity, I would believe you, sure. I have believed people who told me similar things. Have you wondered who I am? No, actually, not until you've brought it up just now. It hasn't occurred to me. Have you had any shivers at any point during this session? Actually, I haven't. I am a bit cold though, but I haven't started shivering yet. feel like you're being watched? I mean, it helps that I can see my webcam right now, so I can just, like, look and see if there's anyone behind me, but no, I don't really feel like I'm being watched. Have you considered quitting this session early? No. No, I'm riveted. Do you drink water every day? Probably? Yeah. Do you eat at least once per day? Every day? Yeah, I think so. I think I would notice if I didn't. Do you realize that there's a high probability you've missed a plethora of hidden messages so far? Yeah, I'm aware of that. Are you wondering what they are? Yeah. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? I'm okay with being told by other people. I don't need to be the one to discover something. If someone tells me about it, I'm perfectly okay with that. Is your favorite number 7? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of basic, to be honest. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? No, because I believe in life after death, and that's, well, then again, that's still life. But in the context of life is short. If life is short, that means... Then yeah, that's just like... If life is short, then you're just talking about, like, your mortal lifespan. I don't believe that's the longest thing we'll ever do. I believe the afterlife is eternal, so... No, I don't agree. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? I mean, they're both fruits. So no, in the most literal sense. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? No, why would it be called that? It's not a star. I mean, I guess that probably dates back to when planets were wandering stars. Anyway, I didn't know that. Does it rise with the sun or something? Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? I don't believe everyone deserves a second chance. Am I personally going to give everyone a second chance? Yes, because that's part of my personal morality. But I don't believe that everyone necessarily deserves it. I think by the time you're in a position to need a second chance, you already don't deserve it, technically. That second chance is an act of mercy. So no. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? No. I'm disabled. Obedience is more important than freedom. Do you agree? Absolutely not. Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Do you agree? I mean, yeah, if you're not afraid of the water. Do you realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase, I love you? I did not realize that. Do you wish to be loved? Yes. I'm a squishy man. Have you ever felt hated? Yes. Yes, I have. Do you have any addictions? No? I don't think so. Do you dislike the color pink? Seems to be fine. Does the color gray seem depressing? No. The color gray is very neutral. I meant to do that. I meant to say no. Whoops. Do you enjoy loud music? No, it hurts my ears. Do you like to dance? Yeah. Don't mind that noise, that's just me popping my arthritic elbows. Would you consider yourself normal? No, I'm actually crazy. Do you love your parents? Parents plural? No. Have you ever been lied to? Yes. By my parent. Do you get angry often? Yes. I have a good handle on that anger. I have very good management of that anger, but it does happen pretty often. Do I act out in anger often? No, but I do get angry pretty easily, actually. It's part of why I'm so good at managing it. I have lots of practice. Do you hold grudges? No, I don't have the attention span. Have you ever forgiven someone? I forgive people all the time. Have you ever done something that you knew you shouldn't have done, but still did anyway? Yeah? Have you ever lied? Yes. If anyone tells me that they've never lied, I automatically don't believe them. Because, like, even people who don't lie as, like, a core part of their character. They've tried it at least once. Like, my mom never lies. If somebody tells me they don't lie, I'll be like, okay, I might believe them in that case, if I don't have a reason not to believe them. But if they tell me they've never lied, that's a reason not to believe them. Because even my mom has lied. And my mom never lies. But she tried it when she was younger, and she didn't like it, so she stopped. Have you ever cheated on a test? Yeah, I think I probably have. You won't cheat this test. Oh, that wasn't a question. I thought it was going to be like, you won't cheat this test, will you? But no, not even an option. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? No, I think they're beautiful in different ways. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? No, not really. I mean, I wanted to be a cat boy. I think cat boys are pretty cool. But, like, I still wanted to be a person, though. I just wanted to have cat ears. Do you believe you have psychic powers? No, not... Psychic powers? No. Have you ever seen a ghost? I have never seen one. Do you dream often? Yeah. It's usually pretty weird and I wake up with no memory of what I dreamed about, but yeah. Do you have nightmares often? No, actually, I really don't have nightmares. One time when I was 6, I used to have nightmares, and then I kept having nightmares, and then I prayed that the nightmares would go away, and I have barely had any nightmares since, so I don't know. That was pretty nifty. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? Yeah. Do you suffer from depression? Yes. I have an inflammatory bowel disease. Do you exercise often and stay active? I mean, I get my steps in, so yeah. Is there a particular type of food that you despise? I won't eat celery. Raw celery can get the frick out of here. I don't like pickles. And I don't like mushrooms. They're too smooth and slimy. It's very unsettling. Food should not be that smooth as a mushroom. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? Yeah, why did these questions have to hit so hard? Have you ever felt betrayed? Yes. Do you ever feel lost in life? Ever? Yeah, sometimes. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? Absolutely not. I'm a middle child. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? No, that wouldn't be very kind. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? Yeah. Have you ever been bullied? Yes. Have you ever bullied someone else? No. No, I haven't. Do you consider yourself to be a dreamer? I wouldn't have described myself that way, no. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? All the time. I have no idea what goes on. It just seems to happen. Do you find space fascinating? Yeah, it's weird. Do you consider yourself to be an artist? Yeah, I would say that my content is a type of art in a way. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Would I consider myself to be a good friend? I don't know about that. My friends always seem to be upset with me. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Yeah. Have you ever fantasized about being a supervillain or performing a heinous or egregious crime? Yeah. Do you believe in perfection? Like, do I believe it's out there, it exists? Yeah, just maybe not in the world we live in. Have you ever stolen from someone? I'm trying to remember. Because I don't think so. I mean, unless, like, you know, snagging some sweeties that were unauthorized counts. I would say no. I haven't really stolen from anyone. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? Any circumstances? There are definitely some circumstances where that would be justified. That's not really the question, though. It's not a question of whether it would be justified, but whether I would do it. And I think I would. See, if I felt it were necessary, like to save my own life or to save someone else's life that was important to me, then yeah, I would. Because, like, I think I would if I had to do that, then I would be able to do that. Because I don't actually feel guilt. So I wouldn't be, like, concerned about feeling bad about it later. If I knew that I was justified, then I would. I just realized this table is a little odd. Because this side has a candelabra. This side doesn't. It just kind of, like, cuts off here. It's, like, L-shaped. But this side, it just has the base of a candelabra, but then not the rest of it. That's odd. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? That's such a weird question. That's not what I was expecting. That would be really hard to explain. But I think I would, yeah. I think there's like 1 or 2 people I would tell. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? I don't know that I have dark secrets, to be honest with you. I think I just told the darkest one, which is that I don't feel guilt, but that's clearly not a secret. It's just kind of stigmatized. I don't really have dark secrets. I have things I don't talk about just because I don't want to trauma dump. But those aren't really secrets, those are just, you know, there's a time and a place, you know. I'm gonna say no just because that implies that I have dark secrets in the first place. It's kind of a loaded question. Do you trust me even though you know nothing about me? I mean, yeah. You haven't given me a specific reason not to trust you. Can I walk around? Do you know who I am? No, I don't know who you are. Well, I know who you are. Well, I've told you quite a bit about myself. Is this me, or is this the person asking me these questions? If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? Yeah? If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? If you told me that, I just straight up wouldn't believe you. Of course not. That would be silly now, wouldn't it? You're messing with me. I know you're messing with me. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Yes. Yes, very much so. To the point where it's a problem. Do you consider yourself to be romantic? Absolutely not. I'm not a romantic person. I mean, my altar is, but... no. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Have I ever been in a physical fight? I don't know if that really counts as a fight. Fight kind of implies that it's two-sided. I'm gonna say yes. Just because I was fighting back, even if I wasn't accomplishing much. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? No, actually, I rarely get headaches. Do you look at the ground when you walk? No. I look in front of me. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? I don't really define attraction as in that way, so no. Would you ever shave your head? Ever? Nah. I don't think I would. Well, I mean, maybe I would. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? Am I attracted to muscular bodies? I mean, they look very nice. They're very nice to look at. But I wouldn't say I'm attracted per se, no. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? Yeah. I dance when people are looking, I don't care. Do you trust your best friend entirely?
Hush.
If I didn't trust them, they wouldn't be my best friend. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? No. What?
Hush.
No. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? No, I have a dissociation for that. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? If I could get away with it, kinda would, yeah. Broke. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? No, I dream about... Wait. Is this talking about, like, my dreams when I'm sleeping? Or, like, fantasizing? I think this is, like, dreams. Yeah, I actually do dream about that on a fairly. Will you shut up? Shut up! Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? No, I usually dream about levitating weirdly off of things and having no control over my trajectory once I'm flying. It's very strange. But I don't think I've ever dreamt of falling off a cliff. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? No, not really. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? I mean, they're not really my first choice, no. I usually prefer the games. Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? Yeah, I mean, I'll watch them. Do you like being the center of attention? Well, I'm a YouTuber, aren't I? Yeah. Do you feel like someone is always watching you? Not anymore, not these days, no, not lately. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? Hasn't everyone wondered that? Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? Yeah, right after I passed out. It was very weird. Have you ever punched a nun? No. Do you like dogs better than cats? No, cats are superior. I mean, dogs are cool too. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? Do you need something? You look scared. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? No, I like both of them at different times. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you ever punched a nut? Yeah, I am wondering that actually. Do you get starstruck easily? No? No? I'm not convinced I know what starstruck means. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Yes, there's way too much noise. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? No, actually. If anything, I feel slightly awkward at that time. I mean, I like having the things. It's just the process of receiving them is awkward because I don't quite know what to do with that information. Like, why have I been given a thing? No, it's not my favorite part. I prefer the part where my mom cooks. Seriously though, have you ever punched a nun? Like, really? Just BAM! Right in the face. Nun punch! No, I've never even met a nun. I'm a Baptist. Did you laugh? Yeah. That was funny. Did you say what in your head or even out loud? In my head? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Are you now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime soon? I don't hit women. If there is a hell, do you think you're going to it? No? I'm pretty confident in that. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Yeah, I play them all the time. What? Are you implying the existence of fantasy nonfiction? Do you masturbate frequently? No? Not frequently. Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? No, I pretty much figured that whatever frequently is not how often I do that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it sometimes. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? Not really. It's just masturbating, you know, I'm grown. Is your mouth dry? No, I've been drinking this soda. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? No. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? I think they probably existed in some form at some time. Are you poor with money management? I'm pretty good with money management. I'm poor with money. Choose one of these numbers you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Nice. Well, since 25 isn't an option, I'll go with 7. Choose one of these colors that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Green. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Wicked, sick, plagued, wretched, toxic, and vile. All of these are bad. Probably several of these. I'm not plagued at the moment. I didn't get the virus. Can we say the name of the virus now or what? I gonna go with wicked or sick? In this very moment, I'm gonna go with sick. I'm mentally sick. Choose one of these words you feel resonates with you very much in this exact moment in time. Oh boy. Oh hey, this is what my system name used to be, but I will choose glorious. Choose one of these words. Blah, 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 blah. Luck, skill, strength, agility, intellect, charm. Charm. I'm very charming. Nome meglio di so. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? Yeah, I love math. It always does what it's supposed to. Do you speak more than one language fluently? Why is this like kind of off-center? It's starting to bug me. It's so irritating. Why is it like that? I'm gonna actually move my webcam over to the other side, if you don't mind. Fluently? No. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? I have never been outside the US of A. Do you enjoy coffee? Yes, if you put enough sugar in it. Do you believe in demons? I think they're probably out there. Do you believe in angels? Yeah, they're out there too. Are you afraid of sharks on like a day-to-day basis? No, I wouldn't say that doesn't really figure into my everyday life, no. Do you prefer baths over showers? No. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? No, not as a rule. Do you see... Did you see a shadow move in your room a few moments ago? No, I didn't. You're trying to creep me out, but it's not gonna happen, my friend. That's fortunate. You're weird for that. Do you ever hear your name being called even when you know no one is calling it? Like audibly hear? No. Do things in your home often go missing and then reappear later? Yeah, I have ADHD. Do you ever hear footsteps around you when you're alone? Footsteps? No. Recently? No. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? Yes, sometimes. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? What are you talking about? Like, are you saying that, like, when I choose to look at the clock, it's just often at the same time? Like, every day I do this? Like, every day I look at the clock at, like, 2:35 or something? Like, I wouldn't say that I have that experience, no. Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? I don't feel anything while I'm sleeping. Do you have any pets? No. Is your favorite color green? Yeah. How did you know? Probably because I picked green earlier. Are you attracted to a family member? No. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Absolutely. Of course I would. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? Absolutely not. That sounds really exhausting. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? I have wondered that. Do you like fishing? It's not something I do as a pastime. I think I've been fishing once. It was alright. Do you like hunting? I've never been hunting. For as long as I've lived in Texas, I've actually never been hunting. I'm not convinced that real Texans actually do like hunting. I think we just talk about it and say we did. Do you like camping? I've been camping once. It was kind of fun. But I'm more of an indoors kind of guy. Do you like guns? Like, just as like an emotional attachment, do I like them? I mean, I'm not really emotional. No, not really. Are you getting tired of answering questions? No, I'm having a great time. I'm having a grand old time. You consider yourself to be kinky. Eyes are the window to the soul. Do you agree? Yes. You always keep your promises. I basically never make promises because I don't want to make a promise that I won't be able to keep. So basically, yes. It's just that my method of always keeping my promises is to never make any promises. Or I make conditional promises, you know, like if the water dwelling in the creek don't rise. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? Personal experience tells me yes. Are you an only child? No, I'm the opposite of an only child. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? yeah, it's kind of fun. Do you like tattoos? Yeah, I think they're pretty cool sometimes. Do you enjoy being high in any form? I've never been high, actually. Do you believe you have a soul? Yes. Did you cry this week? This week? Hang on. What is a week? I don't have a sense of time. I don't think it was this week. I think it was last week. Are you upset with someone right now? Not right now. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? No? Do you understand how this works yet? No, I don't. Not really. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions. It's about the time you spend answering them and the combination you answer them. Wait, does this test count as someone that I haven't been honest with? Because I said I thought of myself as charismatic, but I'm not convinced that I really think of myself that way. It's about many different variables you've never guessed. Do you understand? Kind of. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on the previous question you just answered? Based on the previous question I just answered? Yeah, kind of, actually. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? You don't know who I am. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Clearly. Are you afraid of dying alone? That's a very specific fear. I wouldn't say that that's something that I think about. Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? Yeah, actually, I think about this pretty often. Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? Yeah, actually, believe it or not. I'm 5'4". You want to come at me, bro? Do you feel like I know you yet? Yeah, you know a lot about me, but I don't know you. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? No, I've had my headphones on the whole time, you silly goose. I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly, I've been able to tell. What about the times I've just stood there waiting for my roommate to stop talking to me? Does that count? Do you think that means that I took longer to think about my answer, or what? I need specifics. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Don't judge me. Oh wait, I was about to say you don't know me, but you can do. Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude. You are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I knew that. And that fact alone is what makes you so incredibly special. But nobody's perfect, so how does that make me special? Your scars are reminders of what didn't kill you. Your mistakes are who you were. The lessons learned are what you needed to be, who you knew you could be all along. See, I feel like that does resonate with me, but I also feel like that could apply to a lot of people, to be honest with you. That's a message that would resonate with a lot of people. It's not necessarily just me. Forgive yourself for the mistakes of the past, the people you felt you should have paid more attention to, the people you felt you should have given more of a chance, the people who you felt you didn't treat the best. I don't really tend to dwell on my past mistakes, to be honest. This little boing of hair in the center of my head is looking quite funny. You are not the person. You don't have to be that person again. Every single second of every single day is an opportunity to change and be the person we wish to be. One piece of advice I must offer you is that your time is not infinite and your opportunities aren't either. You may not be able to change the past, but you can absolutely change the present, which will vastly alter your future. If you only believed in yourself as much as I believe in you, if only you could see what I see, you'd never doubt yourself ever again. Keep at it, make the changes, and flourish. Your secret word is appreciate. Remember this word. This will come in handy. Huh. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be a part of history. This is a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave and we always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. You can find the test, Hypothesis Rising, the test Final Revelation, and the Testing Chamber on Steam if you've enjoyed this installment. You can also find the Journey series, the Advisor series, which we'd encourage everyone to try. If you'd like to support us further or try our other games, you can find a link to all of our titles on the title screen of this game under this section, Our Other Games. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you. That was very neat. That was interesting. I liked that. So yeah, that was the test. If you want to take this test for yourself, I will be including a link in the description to where you can get this game on Steam. When I got it, it was like $2, so, and if you do take the test for yourself, leave a comment and tell me what word you got, because I think that would be interesting, what you thought of it, whether you found it a bit unsettling, or if you were kind of like me and would just kind of chill the whole time. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see others like it, y'all know how the bell icon works, y'all know what likes are for, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye. Don't mind this bruise. Looks real nasty, but it's fine. I tried to donate blood, but I passed out. I've got a bouncy bit of hair right here. Boing, boing, boing.